just arrived at Lone Pine, which is a looks like a little western town. It's kind of cute. My father would love this. This is where I turn and head toward Death Valley. All right, I'm in the desert now. Check this out. It's quiet. I gotta be watching where I'm walking. Yeah, so 100 miles to Death Valley still, though. I really need to get moving. I saw a tumbleweed this morning. That's something I wanted to mention earlier. Just rolling down the highway. It's like, oh, and look, I was watching a dust storm come by, and here it comes, or here's another one. Not so much as just like swirling dust. It's very different. This ain't like Nova Scotia, and there's no cars, which is kind of nice. I mean, there's enough that if I break down, somebody will come along. Oh, yep, there's the storm. Okay, gotta get the helmet on. Yee! Look at that. That's true. I could see that thing rolling way in the distance, like way out there. It is wide open out here. I gotta get moving. I want to take a moment to point out that I've always wanted to ride on one of these roads that is like this, as far as you can see across the desert, with like no cars. There's some cars, there's some coming, but really when I'm riding, I'm on my own. And the wind stopped right now, but I'm doing it at about a 10-degree angle to the right against the wind that is just coming across here. Pretty intense. Everyone knows the expression, curiosity killed the cat, right? Well, let's go have a look at something. It wasn't that far from the road, and there was no sign. For some reason, there's a hole in the wall here where we stepped the whole way. Ooh. Now, if I were less of a chicken shit, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm out of my element here. I'm not going in that hole. Okay, this entrance into Death Valley is friggin' fantastic. I just realized also that this is where they filmed the Roadrunner and Wile E. Coyote, for sure. They're out here somewhere. No doubt. Guess what I'm doing? Ice cream. Nothing like 40 degrees and I better eat it. Kind of like you're hugging these rolling hills all the way down. And you can see in the distance. I don't even know what we're looking at down there, but it's like, it looks almost like sand and dust. Definitely getting into Mars territory, which is exciting to me. I mean, you can see it's getting really red. So we're just getting in the actual park area of Death Valley. We've been descending for a while. We're going to descend for another 5,000 feet. No, 5 miles. We're about 2,000 feet above sea level right now, and if you look down this way, it just keeps going down, and that must actually be the valley in front of us. It's still a long way down to get to that, and we've been descending for a while, so I think we're going to see the over 40 degrees soon. It's 38 right now, and it's actually not bad at all. I kind of like it, actually. So this is the other side of that canyon. I'm going to call it a canyon. Valley. It's not a canyon, it's a valley. Who knows? I need help understanding when to say valley, canyon, or gorge. Somebody help me out with that. I don't know the difference. Or gully. Let's throw gully in there while we're at it. Okay, now I'm finally entering the actual Death Valley Park. It is 44 degrees where we stand right now. So here's the experiment. I totally soaked myself. It's both lovely and uncomfortable at the same time, including this thing. It's like soaked. This is what the instructions say in their little guide to not dying in Death Valley. We're in it now. 45 degrees. No frigging wonder they call it Death Valley. Can you imagine walking through here back in the day? You probably could put an egg on there. You know how people say, you could cook an egg. I think in this case you actually could cook an egg. Hey, look. The reason I'm coming over here is I need to get a picture with this sign, which says sea level. Yeah, so 12,000 feet last night, sea level today. So if I'm doing my math right, isn't that like 2 miles of elevation change? 9 degrees last night, 45 today. Trip update. Hey, quiet down. So that nice ice cream shop, gas station place, I had to go in to give them my card in order to pump gas because they always ask for the zip code. Anyway, long story short, dude didn't give me back my card, so there's my MasterCard. You know, 100 miles that way through the hottest desert in the world. It's like, am I going back? Fuck that. Whatever, I have an American Express. And the funny thing about that is the only reason I got the Amex is so that I could use Apple Pay because they were the first one to get it, and I'm a nerd for those things. I said, well, I'm gonna get one so I can try it out. And I only used it like once until on this trip I use it all the time because it works everywhere. So I was thinking as I was riding here, like, what do I do? How do I get this MasterCard? And I was thinking of options, right? So one option is I have them just ship it to a post office on my route a day or two in advance, or however long they think it'll take. I'll pick it up along the way. But then I got thinking, hey, let's turn this problem into an opportunity. Now here's a better idea. What MasterCard could do is, you know, track my phone, let's say. We'll use their MasterCard app, and they'll put the card on a drone, and the drone will be specially designed to have a little attachment of a fist. So the drone will come down, and they'll film all this, and they'll make it a marketing opportunity for great customer service. So it comes down somewhere around the Grand Canyon would be ideal, and just hands it to me, and then of course the fist bump, you know, and then it flies off and films me continuing down the road. It's like, that's not a great ad or what? So I'm gonna pitch that for them and see if they go for it, and it's a win-win. I provide them a great, actually win-win-win. 3 things. One is I get my card back, yay. Second is they get a wonderful advertisement showing great customer service and responding to my little problem, which is not I'm blaming the gas station completely. I'm taking no responsibility. And third, which is we now have a drone that can fist bump. There's got to be plenty of opportunity and commercial application for that. Oh, the hair. So there you go. Deep thoughts in the realm of advertising. Probably driven a little bit by heat, dehydration, which, by the way, that water back there, wherever it is, oh god, my sunscreen's getting my eyes, it's the same temperature as outside. Now I know I need it, 40 plus degree water, or Powerade for that matter. It's only for survival. So you know in the movies they always talk about desert mirage looking like water. I just took a picture of this because you could swear that out here it's all wetlands and there is no way that there's water out there. So let me just comment on the range of today. You got on one hand Death Valley desert, and now here I am in the over the top, you know, too much of everything Vegas. and I'm not dressed for it at all. Got like basically my camp clothes. Okay, so right over there's like a freaky good Michael Jackson impression going on. Like really good. That's why everyone has stopped. I think they're all going, holy shit, this might as well be Michael Jackson dancing on the sidewalk. And I have to say it's a little weird because he's dead, and it's like, this poor guy, he's gone, let him go. Now there's some guy being him, like isn't that weird? I think that's weird. Luckily no one's gonna impersonate me. Although my blog has like 50 hits now, so you know, it's possible. Slept in a nice bed and then hung out in the pool all morning. So now I'm not gonna make it to the Grand Canyon today, which is fine by me. Can I just point out this Criss Angel thing up here? And like, I know he's like a good magician, but this picture is douchey to me. I just want to comment. It's like, are you a magician or are you some kind of creepy stripper? I'm not digging it, really. Anyhow, I stayed at the Excalibur, which I think is like kind of a loser resort on the strip, but it's still on the strip, and I got it for like $100 Canadian. So I'm in Arizona now. Just crossed a few minutes ago after the Hoover Dam. Yeah, the wind coming off of this area out here is strong and random, so I gotta stay low and like ride a little slower so I don't get blown off the road, kind of thing. So I'm riding a brief stretch of Route 66 heading into the Grand Canyon. I'm in a lovely little town called Peach Springs. By lovely, I mean not lovely. Okay, cool. I've been standing here about 10 minutes, and the second train just went by in 10 minutes. It's like a lot of trains in short order, don't you think? You can see a lot of buildings like that white place right there that are just abandoned, I guess would be the right word. And you know what else I see a lot of is people that look like they're probably off-grid. Like trailers just in the field or up on the top of a hill with like a solar panel. Here's what it got me thinking, actually. I was just thinking about this in my last little stretch. People don't really squat or really go off-grid in Canada because it's too cold, you know? And then I got me thinking a little further, like, maybe the whole temperature is like a big part of why we're much more socially conscious, because if we weren't, if we left people outside, they would freeze and die, you know? Whereas down here, if you kind of like say you're on your own, you know, you at least won't freeze to death and die. You can live in a trailer with a solar panel, and survive at least. It's somehow maybe it's less of an intense abandonment of people that are failing in life, or struggling in life, I should say, for whatever reason. Yeah, because if they weren't, it's like, guess what? Get a job or freeze to death. That's not very nice, right? Down here, it's like, get a job or live in a trailer. Yeah. It doesn't sound quite so bad. Well, I made it. Get ready for this. Oh, jumping over the wall, of course. That's the first view. First view of the Grand Canyon. So I'm pleased to report that this place isn't totally tourist proofed or like manipulated too much. There are plenty of cliffs, not that close, plenty of cliffs that you could just stroll on off. Hang on to your kids like tight, because it's not like a small fall there. I keep getting closer. This is that what I was told not to do. Don't be the selfie statistic. You know, people that make mistakes while taking selfies. you can see down in the middle, I can't point because I'm carrying too much stuff, but we're not even looking at the lowest level. There's a canyon, I guess you would say, running right through the middle there where the actual Colorado River is, I believe. So I'm at the second look off where there's a duck on a rock apparently. As it, yeah. The view is, it's okay. It's not quite as good as the first one. It's kind of disappointing. That was sarcasm. I'm just kidding. It's really awesome. There are stairs. I mean, you know, it's not that much of a hike. There's one of those birds. So I'm just continuing my hike downward. Maybe I'll make it right to the bottom. There's not really anyone else down here. Check this smart ass out. Yeah. That's my helmet, you bugger. Check out this quiet little spot that I found. Obviously sort of east of the Grand Canyon. That's it in the distance there. It's cool how it's like just prairie, kind of, sort of, just plains we'll call it, and then that river is just eating away at that one spot. There was a interesting sign up there that explained something that I didn't realize, which is the river has reached, I guess, what they call basement rock or like bedrock, so it won't erode anymore. That they said, they described it as it has reached the floor of the continent, so it's it wouldn't get any bigger over time, not much. They said it's very, very resistant to erosion, that layer of rock that it has reached. So this is like an epic place to take a pee. That's my next plan. Go right down there with this tremendous view and take a leak. Really classy. Little update time. I'm kind of northeast of the Grand Canyon, starting to look for campsite. I think I found one actually on the Utah side. It's about 90 kilometers from here. I'm not sure exactly. I think this might be called Marble Monument or Marble Canyon or something, but it's really cool. It's very quiet. Well, it has been anyways, until all these cars came along for my video. See, it just goes on all at the edge. Oh, I was thinking, just wanted to comment on the whole thing about like journaling and doing these little vlogs. It's a good idea because I can't differentiate. When people ask me where I started at, I frequently can't remember in a given day, like which day was which. This is just down the hill from where I just took the last video. Woo! Gotta hold on to this camera tight. Damn. Well, now see, there you go. That place was kind of unexpected, wasn't it? Pretty insane. That's what it's all about. Stumbling on cool shit.